I had a lot of problems with my mental condition, my mental state, and I did a lot of I tried practice and tried a lot of things to repair my mental state, and I also tried hospitals and doctors for medical help, and I couldn't solve it. So what I did was I went to my books, back to my knowledge, back to school, and I tried the psychosomatic regulation of hormones. That meant a regulation of steroid hormones, because stress is connected to the body fluids, to the blood, and to the adrenaline that flows through the body. Things like aggression and depression and fear and hatred and love and submission and domination are quite determined by the physical state of being, by this physical readiness to express such feelings. Feelings are very much controlled by hormones, and what I did was I worked a lot in my hormones. I did a lot of biochemistry with my hormones, and the most important thing was for me was not to create a human being who would attack me or who would destroy my intentions, and surviving in this world, who will support my intentions of living and surviving with my disappointments and my losses and my ambitions and my aims and dreams in this world, and not with a soul. I worked a lot on the soul, and I worked a lot on the hormones which determine the mental well-being, the conditions of the soul, and I worked a lot on the body fluids, on the body water, and it meant a lot of work on the food and on the other entries, other components that influence the state, the conditions, of the feelings of a human being. And the most important thing was for me was reducing the effects of the stress hormones. That meant reducing the stress hormones in the body and converting them into energy and hormones that make me feel relaxed and happy. And I did that in neurology, where I first of all tried to hypnotize myself through sleep. I tried to put myself to sleep, but I had a lot of problems with voices, and of course I used to hear a lot of voices, and I used to be disturbed by a lot of voices in my neighborhood, and in my actual presence, in my internal environment, in my external environment. And my internal environment is my apartment or my house, and my external environment is the environment around my house. That means the actual environment, the actual external environment. What I did to avoid the external environment was to go to sleep in time. Be in time. If I was not in time in bed, I would try at least to sleep those 8 hours. I would try to fight for those 8 hours, even if I work maybe 6 hours before the 8 hours were up. I would try to press my head onto the pillow for the next 2 hours until I fall asleep again. In fact, for most of the time. The purpose of that sleep was, the purpose of the exercise was to get this hour's sleep, was to turn the stress hormone, the stress that's normally built up by stress, by the restlessness, to try to convert it into hormones that cause restlessness by sleep, by hormones that are caused by motion, by physical motion, to turn them into hormones that cause motionlessness, to turn restlessness hormones into motionless hormones, and the hormones that make you restless, or that are activated by restlessness, are hormones that cause things, like somebody going to the toilet, urine and things like that. And there are hormones like steroids, glucocorticoid steroid hormones. They're produced in an organ above the kidney, and they're called steroids. glucocorticoids, which are involved in the the digestive tract. That they help in the digestion in the liver and in the stomach and in other hormones that they use to create glucose. And those are then there are the mineralocorticoids, steroids, which are used in the kidneys to regulate the kidney functions, to regulate the water that is absorbed by the kidneys back into the blood, the circulatory system, and the rest that is excreted as urine. And I worked a lot on it so that the energy that I would have lost in the kidneys, I tried to get it up back into the blood circulatory system. And that was regulated by the circadian system, the day and night system of being asleep at night and waiting for day for being asleep at night, and in the day trying to burn up that extra stress hormone with food and energy. And my first step was to convert the stress hormones, the steroids, into glucose. And the second step was in the daytime to convert the steroids that are normally very high in the morning, because they are needed, because when I use them up in the morning, because when I use them in the night, so they build up during the night, and in the morning they are highest. The steroids are highest in the blood circulatory system. When one takes them up, even in laboratories, I find that there's the highest concentration. It's a lot more in the morning than in the evening. And so the main thing during the day was to utilize the energy and use the opportunity to do work, finish my